Hello, my name is Raya, and today I'm going to be presenting a proposal to demonstrate the importance of obtaining ISO 15189 accreditation for a diagnostic laboratory named AcuLab. These are the members of our group who will be joining me in this presentation. To start off with an introduction of AcuLab, AcuLab is a Malaysia-based diagnostic laboratory founded by Taylor's University Biomedical Science graduates. We are dedicated on providing top-tier diagnostic services that will be carried out by an experienced team with a customer-centric approach. We are also committed to adaptability to deliver trusted results to healthcare providers and patients. Our mission is care in every diagnosis, with care standing for client focused services, adherence to international ISO 15189 standards, responsible use of technology, and excellence in service and continuous improvement. So, why we want to achieve ISO 15189 is because it is an international standard for quality and competence in medical laboratories that ensures a competent and reliable quality management system. It is not mandatory for medical labs to have this accreditation, but it is highly beneficial to have it. The benefits include enhanced credibility and client trust, competitive advantage in healthcare sector, operational efficiency and reduced errors, and an increase in growth opportunities locally and internationally. However, lacking ISO 15189 will have some disadvantages, like potential loss of preferred supplier status, reduced competitive powers, and limited collaboration and contact opportunities in healthcare. Now let's move on to a preview on what the application process of ISO 15189 in Malaysia looks like. First, we have to start by submitting an application form to IAS. Next, preparing the organization for certification process by registering for ISO 15189 internal auditor training to train the staff to implement the ISO 15189 standards. The certification process involves two audit stages: the readiness audit, which checks initial compliance, followed by the effectiveness audit to verify operational systems. During the audit, IAS will check various aspects of the lab, and any deviations will be documented. They will set a timeline for corrective actions that will be addressed before the certification is granted. Once certified, the lab can verify its status through the ISO 15189 certification search page on the IAS Malaysia website, ensuring everything remains current. So therefore, the unique value proposition at AcuLab is based in a precision diagnostics, advanced technology, and accessible services, ensuring every patient receives timely and accurate care.
I'll be talking about the roadmap of accreditation. So the first step of accreditation is to prepare for the accreditation. So a team will be formed and they will review the ISO 15189. And after understanding the ISO 15189, a laboratory criteria and a gap analysis will be documented. And after documenting a gap analysis, the team will then prepare an ISO 15189 quality manual for the laboratory. And the last step before application is to have an internal audit. And after internal audit and all the documents are finalized, an application process could start. Next, application of accreditation. First is to submit the documents with a fee of 2,000 ringgit, and then a document will be then reviewed by the authorities. And then after that, the pre-assessment will be conducted to check the calibration of the equipment, and compliance assessment will then follow as a full assessment before a witnessing assessment. And after that, the witnessing assessment will be conducted by the appointed assessors by the authorities, and a written report will be written about the witnessing assessment by the assessors to the Director General's approval. And after getting approval from the Director General, a award of accreditation will be given. After obtaining the award of accreditation, the lab must undergo surveillance in order to maintain the quality standards. So first surveillance conducted 10 months after obtaining the accreditation, and second and third surveillance will be conducted 15 months after the previous surveillance, and a reassessment will be conducted 5 months before the expiration of the accreditation. After renewing the accreditation, the first surveillance will be undergo after 15 months of the previous accreditation, and second surveillance conducted 20 months after the first surveillance, and a reassessment will be then also be conducted 5 months before the expiration of the accreditation.
The resources needed for the accreditation of the ISO 15189 standards includes an internal auditor training and an awareness training. The internal auditor training is a 30-day program for laboratory personnel who conducts internal audits, and the awareness training is a 2-day program for staff who just newly joined the company. Equipment needed prior to the assessments are temperature monitoring system, calibration and quality control tools, maintenance tools, and proficiency testing tools. The temperature monitoring system helps prevent contamination of the samples in the laboratory, which will result in losses. Calibration and quality control tools help to calibrate machines to ensure good quality. Maintenance is to ensure all of the equipment are in good condition prior to the assessment. Proficiency testing is for assessing the performance of the laboratory prior to the date of assessment. Here is a table that displays the cost for application of accreditation. In this table, it shows that the new application fees is 2,000 ringgit and the assessment fees is 10,400 ringgit. Under the task force, the internal audit training online course is 5,164 ringgit 92 cents, and the awareness training costs around 3,400 ringgit. The training incentives is 21,600 ringgit and the allowance is 18,000 ringgit. The temperature monitoring system costs 6,000 ringgit. Calibration and quality control costs 5,000 ringgit, same as the equipment maintenance, and proficiency testing costs 4,000 ringgit. Miscellaneous expenses such as parking fees and toll stationaries and other unplanned expenses cost 5,400 ringgit. So the total cost for accreditation in this business is 85,974 ringgit and 04 cents.
Next, let's move on to the financial report. This is the annual financial report of 2023. In 2023, the total revenue of AcuLab is 1.2 million, while the total operating expenses was around 1.3 million. The revenue does not able to cover the expenses, causing a loss of 100,000. On the right side, there are the breakdown breakdown of monthly revenue and costs. Here is the net profit. 2026 would be the first year of operation after accreditation. Therefore, an annual report was estimated. We assume that there will be a 50% increase of revenue in 2026 compared to 2023 due to a bigger test volume and inflation. The total operating expenses would also have a 19.2% of increase due to the same reason. And finally, we assume that the net profit would turn from loss to profit at the end of 2026.
Next, I'll be talking about return of investment, in short is ROI, which is a mathematical formula to evaluate the profitability of an investment by measuring the gains and loss generated relatively to the initial cost by providing insights into the efficiency of the investment. The formula has shown below here. Under quantitative factor, it has two types of ROI, which are short-term and long-term. There are a few examples of short-term ROI. The first one is revenue from initial test offering, where the earliest revenue source came from blood tests, microbiological tests, and genetic screening. The second one is collaboration with medical centers and third-party organizations such as AIA Insurance Company. The third one will be introduction of high-demand specialist tests such as genetic screening and cancer biomarkers. The benefits for short-term ROI are liquidity, rapid profit, risk management, adaptability, and simple tracking.
On the other hand, the long-term return of investment focuses more on sustainable growth, profitability, and operational efficiency over several years. This includes accreditation and quality certification. Obtaining the ISO 15189 certificate can enhance the company's reputation and customer confidence. Second, technological innovation and automation. Investing in the latest technologies may improve the efficiency and comprehensiveness of the diagnostic testing. Third, talent development and workforce stability. Investing in staff training for new equipment and the latest diagnostic technologies can increase productivity. The long-term benefits for investors are compound growth, cost saving, disciplined investment strategy, and time-related advantages. Moving on to qualitative factors. Revenue growth is the amount of a company's revenue that rises each month. We can calculate the revenue growth rate using the formula. We have done market research on revenue growth rate of 3 different accredited laboratories in Malaysia and calculated their growth rate. By using the calculated revenue growth rate as reference, we can estimate how much revenue growth there is for our company. So after achieving the ISO 15189 accreditation, we project substantial growth in Acute Laboratories revenue over the next 10 years, aiming for an increase in average annual growth rate of 20%, whereby our revenue is about 11,145,125 ringgit and 56 cents at 2036. Next, looking at the return of investment for our company, we can calculate the ROI using the formula. Short-term ROI in 2026 is 9.77%, while long-term ROI in 2036 is 15.84%. For the break-even period, assuming that our company received 600,000 ringgit as the initial investment, by using the formula, the break-even period for our company will be taking about 5 years to have the equal amount between total revenue and total expenses. That's all from me. I will pass the time back to Sukhui.
Potential of increasing net profit after obtaining ISO 15189 accreditation are enhanced market ability and reputation by enhancing lab standing as a provider of high-quality services, access to new markets and contracts that are eligible for contracts that demand adherence to specific criteria, operational efficiency and cost saving by setting in a place where a quality management system that simplifies processes, reduces errors, and increases workflow effectiveness. Ability to charge premium prices for its services owing to the perceived improved quality and dependability, risk mitigation and compliance benefit respecting the international standard of possibility of non-compliance and the related expenses. Next, the potential benefit of increasing net profit after obtaining ISO 15189 accreditation are cost savings by having standardized processes and error reduction, enhanced market competitiveness by attracting more clients and enable the lab to qualify for contracts that require ISO certification, improved service quality to have greater client satisfaction and higher retention rates, risk reduction by addressing non-conformities through accreditation, and reputation and trust building by strengthens credibility among clients and healthcare providers. That's all for me, and I'll pass to Tracy.
So now I will talk about Acute Laboratories organizational structure. Acute follows Mintzberg framework, blending the divisionalized form with a professional bureaucracy model. As a strategy aspects, the laboratory managing director leads the organization focusing on strategic goals. Supporting this role is the deputy director, who ensures those strategies are implemented across department. Our technical structure includes departments like IT and data management, HR, QA, and finance, which provide essential technical support to our supporting staff. The laboratory's core functions are carried out under the laboratory manager in departments such as clinical chemistry, hematology, microbiology, molecular genetics, and histology and cytology, ensuring quality and accuracy in diagnostic service. To maintain smooth operation, we use SOP automation tools like LIMS, staff training, and interdepartmental communication. Our key activities include diagnostic testing, patient care service, collaboration with hospital and pharmaceutical companies, regular training program for staff, maintenance of advanced diagnostic equipment. Our customer segments, channels, and revenue stream includes direct patient visits, hospital referrals, research and clinical trial collaboration, and insurance company partnership. Our cost structure are labor costs, equipment and maintenance, consumables, accreditation, and utilities and overheads. Our key partners include medical equipment suppliers, pharmaceutical companies, research institutions and university, and health insurance companies. Our profit contribution are as below: 54% are diagnostic tests and patient fee, 19% are hospital and clinical partnership, 15% are health insurance billing, and 12% are research and pharmaceutical contracts.
In conclusion, obtaining IOS 15189 accreditation comes with many benefits, including an increase in the total revenue and marketability. These benefits outweigh the initial cost of the whole accreditation process. It also guarantees a promising and profitable future for our AccuLab laboratory in the global market after the accreditation. These are our references, and thank you for your kind attention.